haymakers of like this guy, that guy, this guy, and it was just like, this is never going to happen again.
Yeah, no.
Unless we go next year for Netflix as a joke. Like, and that's why they were all there.
I totally would.
So it was like, I can't believe it was just, I said it was one of the best nights of my life, adult life. Wow. You know?
All right, hello and welcome to episode 96 of the 30s podcast. My name is Clint.
Name is Uncle Marcus.
My name is Walter Cronkite.
There we go.
Hello, Uncle Marcus.
Hello, Clint.
We have producer Caesar here.
Yay.
Hey, guys.
And we have sound effects we could hear because we're in the old studio.
The old spot.
The old Hits 101 radio station over here.
Yeah, it's nice being back.
And I'm close to Mesa. It gives, like, it's the nostalgia, is it? What do you think?
I don't know, roots, maybe.
The roots,
Put down roots here, and we were here for a long time.
Yeah.
And then we left. But now we're back.
Now we're back.
And I kind of like it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm almost glad that guy was playing the drums. See, so we tried at the last place, the Santa Ana place, and someone was just playing drums. And it's not even, at first it just sounded like he was playing drums poorly. Which also is like...
Which is why you had to leave. It wasn't playing him well.
Because we gave it a minute, right, Caesar?
Yeah, because if he was playing drums great, I'd have been like, let's just talk over this. It's a good little jazz beat. Cool.
It was like music playing the last time I was on the show. Last time I was there. And
he was playing drums, and then he would stop and be like, right? I heard that like a couple times.
He's like, oh, that wasn't good enough.
So he was a beginner.
Yeah, it sounded like it.
Okay. So then... That's why you didn't record there.
Yeah, we're like, he needs the work.
Yeah. And we need our space.
And I need space. I don't need drums blaring.
And so we were here. You guys, I was not on last week's show, but you would know that.
Chelsea was here.
Chelsea was here, so she came back. How did that go?
That was awesome. I realized she hadn't been here in a year.
Yeah.
A year goes by quick.
Mm-hmm.
Year goes by quick.
Especially getting older.
It goes by faster and faster every year. And that's like the saying, the joke, whatever. It really does.
It really does.
We're already in May.
It's nuts. It's like May 16th we're recording
year's almost halfway over.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. I feel like I've just gotten used to writing 24 on stuff. Like when I have to
2024?
Yeah. Well, maybe not just, but you know what I mean. And just the chair still squeaks. Oh,
nostalgia squeaks.
But yeah, it just keeps flying by. And it just keeps flying by. Sorry.
So what was wrong with you?
It's allergy season right now. The plants are ejaculating into the air.
Oh, dear Lord.
It's getting into my eyes without my consent.
Oh.
And it's been bad. And in the morning, it's bad in like the first half of the day.
Mm-hmm.
I take that back. It's bad all day. But like when I wake up, it's just like, you know, like you ever watch Ren and Stimpy and they do like the zoom in and it's like super detailed and just looks disgusting.
Yeah.
That's what my face feels like. Or they do it on SpongeBob sometimes too.
Yeah.
That's what my face feels like in the mornings now. And I have to, I think it's I open my window, but I have to. Otherwise it gets hot, stuffy.
Mine go crazy if I go upstairs.
Because you have a dog upstairs.
There's a dog up there.
Yeah.
And because I notice when I take a walk in the morning, because I try to walk first thing when I wake up, Huberman Labs protocols, science protocols for daily life.
Is that what his show's called?
Yeah, Huberman Labs. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And so
I don't listen. I listen to the clips. So
all the Hubies out there, the Hubanites. I don't know.
You can find all of them because they're all staring into the sun first thing in the morning. Walk outside.
You're like, no sunglasses? None. The carnivore diet guy, he's against sunglasses, and I'm like, how? How are you? How? What are you doing?
Why is it? What does it do for your eyes?
Is it can't help?
There's not. The sun does. It does good for us, but it also not good for us.
It could fry your eyes out.
Yeah, and you get what's happening? You're just looking that way.
I'm like a cat sometimes, guys.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he hisses.
With his catnip.
He just starts coughing up hairballs right now. Anyway, back to the sun.
So anyways,
the sun, like, I know it's good for us, but then to stare at it, it hurts.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we've all done it before, especially when we're kids. It hurts. We get sunburned. I went to the Ren Fair. I got burned, even though I wore sunblock. It's just
it's gonna happen.
It's good. It's bad for us as it's good for us. So anyway, you went for a walk. You went for walks in the morning.
When I go for a walk, I notice that like by the time, so I try to walk around the neighborhood, do a quick like a 15-minute thing, maybe 10 minutes.
Right.
By the time I get back, I notice my senses are awake. So like I could smell. Like smell is more powerful than if I just woke up, had coffee, and just did it. So then, if I go for a walk, my senses are heightened. Then I really like smell the dog, and I'm like, "Oh, this thing lives here. It's been here. It's been there. It's been everywhere."
Yeah, your sense. Yeah, all of a sudden, your sense of smell becomes better than the dog's.
Yeah. So then I go to my room. I light a candle, and I'm like, "This will be the sanctuary. This is the sanctuary."
What kind of candle?
I just get depends cheaper ones at Target.
Like a smelly candle.
Does it smell nice?
Yeah, this is the same. Just do you meditate?
Just
just can't it through candlelight.
That's what I do.
Okay.
Gotta center yourself.
That's what they say. So I was not here last week, but I wanted to talk about the Comedy Store.
Yes, you do.
We went. So this was, what day did we go?
Last Thursday.
Oh, so it was a week ago, but
Yeah.
since I skipped last week's episode.
He didn't even watch it either. He just skipped it altogether.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's not out yet. As of recording this, it's not available yet to watch or listen. I mean, I have the raw version, but I want to. That's got like extra bells. Whatever. Yeah, so we went to the Comedy Store, and well, I want to hear. Let me hear your version of it. How was your experience of the Comedy Store that night?
So, just the show alone was probably I probably haven't laughed that hard in a long time.
Yeah,
just the show alone, from the beginning,
right?
Every person.
It
was so good that Annie was the only one that felt weaker just because she took like a second to talk to the guy in the front.
Right.
That's like the only reason, because she only just like took a little pause for crowd work.
And it got a little awkward.
Just a little awkward.
Just a little bit.
But that's how good it was, though. It was so good. All the jokes, everyone else was just so good that like if there was just a lull or a hesitation, that's the only time I felt like, oh, this is kind of
right.
But that's okay.
Yeah, the entire everybody except for the guy who opened it. I don't know who that is.
He was okay.
Well, it's an opener, so
good.
the audience is still cold. But like every comedian was hilarious.
Yeah.
And like we've all been to those shows where like it goes like up and down sometimes. Every single person was a killer. And it was just nonstop.
It was nonstop killing.
Nonstop punches of just laughter, and it was I really liked Caesar. I enjoyed your
watching Caesar react.
It was that's the first time I've been with you, and just seeing how much you enjoyed it. It made me laugh. You know,
because it was us, Caesar, and Skylar.
Yeah.
And it was because Caesar. It was funny because there'd usually be a little delay.
That's funny.
Me and Clint were like looking at each other because you you'd like the joke would land, and then you would look like you would like wait for a second.
There was a point where because Caesar was on the left of me, I'd wait and be like, "There it is."
That's so funny.
It was cool. It was
I
cool.
had a great time.
Yeah, we were all interactive. Like, because there was a point where I was like, just kind of like, "Yeah, that's right." Yeah, like everything they were saying.
Yeah,
like
it was
George,
true. It was like a good. Just at our booth, it was like a good like vibe going.
We were vibing
on.
very well
it was
with
really
everybody.
Fun. We were, like there was one time we were like did something to each other. I don't know what.
Because I think because George Perez.
Oh God,
Caesar's had him on his show before.
Right.
Back in the day,
Yeah.
he he does this whole birds
The
bit,
bird thing was
and
so
I was
funny.
like, this is spot on.
Yeah. And he told that line like it was so good. Like it was risky. Like if
Yeah.
he didn't deliver it the way he did,
Yeah.
he could have gone somewhere else.
No, I know.
That was his closer. Was the bird thing? Right? Yeah, it was just like it was so perfect.
Yeah, because I've seen him before at the Comedy Store
Yeah.
doing his opening part about his grandma's illegal but
Yeah,
weed's not, so he
right.
smokes inside. It was pretty good. But the birds thing, I was like,
The bird
this is
thing was
this
perfect.
is it.
Yeah,
And it's
forgot-
like,
I forgot one. That's the thing. I don't. So we had him. We had Tim Dillon.
oh, Tim Dillon.
had-
He crushed it.
Tim.
Oh,
I'll
so
talk
good.
about him in a second. And then we had Billboard close it. Then we had Annie.
Oh, and Whitney.
Oh, and Whitney came
Whitney.
up, and then that was it, right? It
Yeah.
was and George Perez.
The opener guy too.
The
before.
opener guy. So it was kind of like a shorter quote show. That's usually
Was
usually
it?
a couple more than that. Yeah.
Didn't feel very short.
Maybe because
Well,
it was
it
an early
didn't-
show.
Huh?
Maybe because it was an early show, or do you think that even the early shows go that late?
probably.
Was there a show in that room afterwards?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, there was like everybody like Tim Dillon. I have seen Tim Dillon perform at the Comedy Store before 2 other times.
Oh.
And it's always been kind of like he's funny, but because I know him so well from his podcast that I was like, oh, I just kind of want to hear that version of Tim Dillon of just being like unhinged, right?
Mhm.
And so his stand up was still funny, but I wasn't like fucking, like I was when we watched him that night because he killed it.
He
dude.
crushed it. And
He
it's like
killed
every take he had, I was like, yes. Like, how do you just have the right take for everything you're going to talk about?
Because he's a genius. Tim Dillon.
He nailed it. Because he did good. He had the one about like people back home and their like thoughts on politics.
Yeah.
Tell me. Tell me everything. And I'm like, that's how I feel when I go visit my parents. Tell me at all. Tell me even when I see like my LA friends. Tell me.
Yeah.
Tell me everything in LA. It's all because they're just in such a little bubble. It's
Yeah.
weird. But he was so good.
He was hilarious, dude. And then
was
Whitney was
amazing.
surprised. I didn't know she was going to go up.
Yeah.
She's always funny. Actually,
Whitney's-
I went to the bathroom
yeah.
during her set, but
Whitney,
I
is
couldn't
she-
hold it.
I don't even remember that. I was having fun.
Yeah,
You guys had fun.
You guys
Yeah.
even know I was not there.
He was still laughing about George Perez.
I made the decision to go doing hers. I saw her the last time I was there, so I'm
Okay.
like, it can't be that different. So I went to the bathroom, but she was hilarious
Mm-hmm.
what I saw, and she's always funny.
Yeah.
That's what was great about this show is everybody was like a fucking killer, dude.
It was insane.
And I mean, like you said, Annie was the weakest, but it was not necessarily her fault. Like, oh, maybe it was.
It was
but
okay.
just-
She was still funny when she was doing her jokes.
yeah, she was
She's
still
good.
funny. The crowd work thing kind of fell flat, but that
Yeah.
happens sometimes.
Yeah, that's why I realize I don't really like crowd work.
Yeah.
It's hard. It like sometimes it does that where you're
Mm-hmm.
like the person that you happen to single out is just not the right one.
Yeah.
To where you're like, okay.
You can't blame them either.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you can't.
It's like you came
Yeah.
to a comedy show. to
Well,
watch
here's
the
the deal.
But you sat in
Here's-
the front?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And if you've never been before, you wouldn't know. But like if you've been to a comedy club show at least once, you have to know if you're right in the front row, like you're the only one they can see. They can't see past the front row. So if they're going to crowd work anyone, it's going to be you.
Yeah.
Or, there's a good chance it's going to be you. So
But at the same time, is the person going to come with material? They can't.
That's
but then
true.
they could be like
Yeah.
the guy there was a guy, we forgot about the guy that made people sing, Josh Adam Meyer.
Oh,
Is that
Oh
him?
yeah,
yeah.
Josh. That guy's
Josh.
fucking crazy. He's I was telling Skylar during the show, but you guys didn't hear me. But I was like, he's gonna make somebody sing because he always does that. That's
Yeah,
like
that's his whole thing, too.
Yeah, he makes the audience sing a song, and he did, and that guy actually was pretty good.
That's
So
what I was going to say.
like,
Sometimes
shit.
it works out like that.
Yeah. He mimicked him perfectly.
And he was like, I forgot he went up. He's hilarious.
There was an
Yeah.
audience member that committed to the bit and like matched his energy in terms of singing the songs.
Yeah.
So that was cool.
That was great. But yeah, with the crowd work thing, like you have to know. Like that time that they put me in front when I paid the door, and I was like, oh, like not today. Like I don't want to do this today. And
Mark
I talked
Maron
about
staring
that
into your
so-
soul. Was that time?
Yeah, that time.
And then, oh,
Because the guy behind me was being loud too. It was like,
Yeah.
can you shut the fuck up? Like it's not me.
Oh, and then Anthony Jeselnik,
That one.
he like
too.
looked into my eyes that night.
Yeah.
Your eyes.
He looked into
Babies, right?
Our eyes.
Our
Okay.
eyes.
All right. We were both at that table, bitch.
Bitch.
Anyway,
Making it about him. Anyways.
hey, when I told that story, I said my eyes. I told it on the show. Anyway, back to the crowd work thing. Yeah, that one just kind of didn't work out for her. So
Yeah, it's weird because
you had to
you're
recover after that.
You're like expecting almost the people in the audience to be able to do improv. Some people just can't.
Well, you would think the thing is not necessarily to improv, but they just have to say like, oh, like
They have to go along with it.
Yeah, they have
they
to
can't
be-
just stop it.
right, because they don't necessarily have to be funny, because that's what the comedian's going to make it funny in some way. They just have to give you something.
Yeah, they have to yes and you.
Yeah, they have to give you some like a response to whatever question
Yeah.
they asked, and hopefully it's not. I don't even know what she asked that guy or what he said, but it didn't
I
work.
don't know. And then it was an awkward question, I think, too. Because it was
Maybe.
like, "Are you black?" It was something like that.
It's one of those.
It's like,
Puerto Rican.
Clip
One
it.
of those things.
And she was asking the girlfriend too if
Yeah.
she knew the guy was black or
so
not.
is he black?
Okay, so I saw that clip, uploaded that. She did, or the Comedy Store did, and I was like, okay, that she's wearing the same clothes, so it has to have been the same night. But I
Yeah.
don't remember this little bit, but that must
Oh.
have been it then.
yeah. It was just awkward.
Just
Yeah.
the awkward part. Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, that was cool. And then Bill Burr. That was the first time I've seen Bill Burr, I think.
Me too.
And he was funny.
He was awesome.
Even though he was a closer, and like I had had 2 drinks already, which I didn't know that. You told me, I think, that if you order a double, that counts as 2.
Yeah, that's what they said.
That's what they
No one
told
has-
Caesar.
They told you, but no one's ever told me that there.
I think
Oh,
that's
that's
why the bill was so high that one time.
I don't know, dude.
We
You
probably
just-
said yes to that and then just kept ordering them.
Doubles.
if I know,
scary.
now that I know that, I'll just get the 1 drink,
That's why I
because
got.
they make them strong enough already when they're
That's
not
why I
a
had the
double.
beer.
That was crossfaded. That was
Oh.
great.
Yeah, dude. They don't f around with the drinks there. And then when I went last, one of the guys there was their first time, and I was like, just so you know, they're going to be strong. The drinks are going to be strong when you order them here. And he was like, "Meh, meh, meh, meh." And then he had one sip and was like, I told you.
So you do hang out with Muppets.
I do.
I knew it.
They're a good time. when they're drunk.
Speaker.
Yes. What was I saying before the drinking thing? Bill Burr. He was funny.
And again, he had good takes,
Yeah.
which is interesting because oftentimes you hear people that age and you're like,
Yeah.
I don't.
It's
agree
funny
with
because he
it.
was so Bill Burry. Like he did everything, and like the fucking guy.
Yeah,
he
the guy.
did the thing.
Hello.
And now I'm a dad, and now I don't
Yeah.
do the thing.
Yeah.
He's doing
He
the
said,
thing.
clean your balls. You didn't have any.
That guy is like the most conservative woke person. At
Yeah.
the same,
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
He's got interesting takes.
He's
Yeah.
like, I can't tell how much she has nice, but we should cancel war. You're like, wait, what?
That's why he's so. That's why I
why it
like him. I
works.
think.
Yeah, that's why he's a genius.
Yeah, because he had a bit about guns,
Yeah.
but then that bit was like, oh, yep, that's true. 'Cause- And that, as the anytime I've ever been on a gun range, I'm like, and we still can't hit the target. We're still not good at this.
Yeah.
And then no one, he's right. No one is just coming at you straight forward like a target.
Yeah, that
That's
was
totally right. Yep. Every time. And then because have you guys been to a shooting range?
Yes.
I've
get-
been to one, but it was when I was very young.
Yeah.
I didn't shoot anything.
Because if you have a handgun, you could just kind of grab it, aim, and go pop pop. But then the jolt backwards is going to be a lot to where
Yeah.
you're like, I'm going to take a minute after this.
Uh-huh.
But then if you have a rifle or something, you're like getting all cozy. You're putting your arm. You have like a little thing that you brought to like so your arm is feeling good,
Yeah.
and you set it up.
Like
you
a
could take
little
like 10
pad.
minutes to just get ready.
So why wouldn't you hit the target every time?
And sure, you would think you would hit the target every time, then you don't.
Yeah.
And it's like, but then there's also like no scenario unless you're like a sniper waiting for like a wildebeest to go by. Like there's no like real world like, oh, I need to have a gun to like protect my family.
Right.
You're not gonna be able to like do it the way you've been prepping, buddy.
That's true.
I would just have like a machete.
That'd be cool.
Probably, I think a knife is probably a better option.
Yeah, I
You
could
can't
do it
really
with a
mess that
knife.
up.
Yeah,
Yeah, just need
Well-
to jab right.
probably could mess it up. But I think it's probably like if someone's coming right towards you, easier just like because the gun you're going like
Yeah,
you're
because
like,
even a pro would take a long time to do it.
right
That's always my dad's critique in movies.
to like shoot from
Like-
the hip like a cowboy.
Yeah, like
You're
he's gonna have
do
to
that.
reload.
And especially if
Yeah.
like in this scenario where somebody breaks into your house, like you have to run to the safe, open the safe,
and do the combo.
Because if you're getting a gun to protect your family, like that's the point. You need to put it somewhere safe. So it's just
there's
too
a
many
lot.
steps.
There's too many steps.
Too many, other than just grab knife, stab guy.
Exactly.
Less steps.
Grab object, bap.
It's funny you say that about your dad because my dad would do that too.
He would do that, yeah.
Like they have unlimited ammo. Like
Yeah, what
they're
is
just like,
this?
He's like,
And then it affects me now too, because then I'm watching it and I'm like,
now
okay,
I cannot see it.
I cannot see it. So John Wick is one where I think they have effectively like timed how many bullets he spent.
Yeah.
Because then you see him reload.
Right.
You see him, oh, this is empty, and he tosses it away.
Yeah. Oh, this is empty. Oh, that's one of his lines.
Empty clip.
Yeah. Back to the comedy store then.
Yeah. So
So-
that was a good bit. Who else did Bill Burr? He's just
The whole thing was just great. And it really does add to that not rant, but just statement that I had that I uploaded onto my Instagram of just like, this is not going to happen again. Yeah, they're still going to perform and whatnot, but like this night, this moment, it's live. It's not going to happen again.
This is why you go out.
This is why you go out.
This is the time you go out.
Especially for live entertainment. You know, you can watch a movie, you can watch it at home. You know, it's better in the theater, obviously, but like you can recapture that a version of that experience. You can't do that with live entertainment.
No.
Like just take Josh Adam Myers for example. Like that guy sang perfect. Like,
I know.
well, that's not going to happen again.
Yeah, and I'm like, ugh, and like I like to sing, so
Yeah.
that appealed to me too. I'm like, oh, that'd be so fun to do with an audience.
Yeah, he does a lot of singing.
Yeah,
He's like a musician already, but like
Yeah,
part
'cause
of his
'cause-
act a lot is like singing.
because he hosts a show where it's mostly music.
You host a show where comedians sing songs.
They sing
Yeah.
songs. Yeah,
And I think he's in a band too. I've seen
It
like
sounds right. Yeah.
some of his clips on his Instagram. It looks like he's actually singing in a band, but I don't know if that's just like a thing or not. But
Mhm.
anyway, so the show itself was amazing.
Yeah,
And then after the show, so Caesar had to leave, which you missed out. But we hung out. We hung out at the bar outside, and it was just like the three of us hanging out was fun. But like, so we sat up on the railing where the cars pull in, or I sat up there, and it was just like comedians coming in, right?
Mhm.
Because because Netflix is a joke. Netflix is a joke is happening that week, and it was just over this past Sunday. But so everybody's in town, and they're
Yeah.
all popping in everywhere. Another show, they're doing their shows, and they're coming to the store, or they're just coming in to hang out because everyone's there. So it's like a whole litter of comedians are there, and the nerd that I am, I know pretty much most of them, especially like the LA comics. I'm like, oh my god, it's funny. So we're out there sitting up on the wall. I'm sitting on the wall. And I'm just watching cars pull in, and I'm like, "That's Bobby Lee. He pulled in, right?" He was like the first one I think
that we noticed.
I know. I think I had seen like Tim had come out, or maybe I don't know if that was after, but like he walked by us, and I was like, just like, should I say hi? Should I say hi? Should I do it? Should I say anything? And Sarah's like, shut up. But like, so they're all out there. So Bobby Lee comes up, and he. Like the car's blacked out, so actually I don't notice him at first. I'm like, "Oh, who's that going to be?" And then he gets out of the car, and then I think we both see him, and we're like, "Ah!" And so we were making noises, or I was making noises. So like
was making
a
noises.
Muppet mixed the pterodactyl. I don't know.
Yes.
So then like he gets out of his car, and he starts like walking towards our direction, and I have a feeling like he was just kind of like saying hi to whoever noticed him when he walked by, because that's why I did it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so he gets to me, I'm like, "Oh, hey, Bobby." And like, I don't remember if I like shook his hand or like we touched somehow. We touched.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, "Oh, hey, what's up?" Right. And I was just like, it was one of those highs, where you're like, okay. Like we talked about with David. Like I again won't give a shit about celebrities when I see them, but like the comedians, I was like,
You were going crazy.
I was going nuts, dude.
Mhm.
And so I touched Bobby Lee clip. And then, that's, I got that high, right? So I'm going crazy. And then I don't remember who the next one that came in. Oh, it was Brian Simpson. And he used to be here, and then he moved to Austin. So like he came by and high as and so I did the same thing with him. Like, what up, bro? And he like did the same thing. Like, hey, what's going on? Right. And I was even higher after that. Right. I was going, I was on a good one.
Yeah.
And I had a drink. So I had those 2 drinks inside and then one out there. And so I was feeling real good. And then, and again, we're having a good time. Like we're talking and hanging out and just chilling. It's a lot of fun. Talking about the show, talking about stand. You saw people that you knew there.
Yeah. So we come out of the room and then go over to that bar waiting area.
Yeah.
And it's 3 dudes from the Amazing Comedy Theater.
Yeah. I don't know.
The guys at the open mics. Were you there when I saw them?
Yeah. We were. I saw them before I
Yeah.
left, and it was the guys. Yeah, the guys that worked there, right?
Yeah. Jake, who hosts, and I looked at them. They looked scared.
You know what? They did look a little out of place.
Yeah.
And I think they were probably going into one of the later shows.
They were.
Yeah.
They were.
So
because I said hi to them,
And they were
and then they just kept looking like I think that was their first time, maybe.
maybe they looked a little starstruck. I don't know. They looked like they were scared in some way.
Yeah.
And then I did happen to look in their direction after we said hi to Bobby Lee, and they were like watching us, dude.
Yeah, because we were just in a spot where then comedians were either walking by or they'd
Yes.
stop and talk to someone else.
We were in a high traffic like sighting area.
We were at a good spot.
We were at a very good spot. And so when Bobby Lee came by, I happened to just look in their direction, and they were like looking at us.
Yeah.
You guys want to come over here? But
Yeah.
then they eventually, I guess they went into their show because they
which
were
is
gone.
just so crazy. Like that's a night where it feels like the simulation kind of thing.
It was everything was falling into place.
Yeah.
So Brian Simpson, we said hi to him, and then and of course Skylar doesn't know anyone. That's not his fault, but like he doesn't know. I'd be like, that's fine, whatever. He was just, which is fine. He's not into it as much as we are. So Brian Simpson went by, and then I know Ian Fidance came by at one point, and I was gonna say hi to him, but because he had like stopped right there to talk to somebody else. And I know, like, just from what I know, like watching him, he would have said hi. Like he wouldn't have given a shit, care. But then he went by. But then I didn't tell you this. So when I went to go to the bathroom, right? I went to the bathroom, and then when I was coming out, he was right. Ian Fidance was right in front of the door, like to go back outside, and so like he was right in the middle of it. So I went kind of like, oh, excuse me, and like kind of just, you know, like when you like try to get around somebody, you don't like move them, but you kind of just like, maybe I do this because at work we do this to each other all the time because it's a very close space. But you kind of just like
grab them by the hips.
Well, no, but
And
like
say, hey, baby.
some people, some people do that, like that I work with. Like it's just because they have to get around you. They kind of move you, and your body knows to like get out of the way. So I did that to him, but I did it to like right here, just kind of like, oh, excuse me. And then he like looked me right in the eyes. I was like, oh, but I just kept walking, dude. It was like, I do that all the time with people. And I'm like, well, not everybody works as a bartender, so they don't know. Like when someone touches them to get out of the way, they're like, why are you touching me?
Yeah.
So like, there was that. But he didn't look like mad. He just had like a look on his face, like, oh, do I know you? No. So then I just kept going.
I feel like this is going to be played back in court one day or something.
Maybe. That was the only thing I was worried about.
You know what? Because it's him, it won't be played back in court. He probably would have liked it. But anyway, so that was one of the other sightings. And then as I'm walking back to you guys, I'm like looking in the parking lot like a fucking star to see who I can see. And just a bunch of comedians out there. I'm like, I wish I could just go out there, but then they'd kick me out of here because that's their territory back there, right? I go back to you guys. And then I know Jesky came in at one point, and she had parked like right there.
Yeah.
And so I said hi to her, and she was kind of like, hi. I think she was late. And then Sarah Weinshank drove in. I think I pointed that out to you. I was like, she's right there. And so we saw her, but she had gone like all the way down, so we didn't get to say anything to her. It was just a great night.
Yeah.
Too. It was so much fun. And then like upon reflection, like that night it was such a high that it was, and I wasn't sober, but I remembered all of it. Yeah,
and then I kept you from getting a last drink because I didn't want you to forget it.
And it was time to go.
And it was time to
go. It's good to leave on a high.
Yeah,
on a high note.
It was the good time to go.
So if I was that happy, it's probably like, let's just get out of here before it's ruined. You know, before something happens, or like I get another drink and I
touch everybody,
make a fool of myself in some way, which I don't think I would do, but you never know.
No, I just and in my head I was like, let's not get kicked out.
Yeah, let's go. I don't think we would get kicked out, but you never know.
Never know.
Never know. So
I did have stuff to do that day, so I did have to leave. But I also would have been kind of like those guys from the Amazing Comedy Theater because I would have known everybody.
Yeah,
like every name that you said, I was like, they were there.
Yeah,
but I don't think I could have handled it because
it was like And I'm not saying everybody. Like as soon as
Do you remember when Big J Okerson walked by?
he walked by with an entourage.
He had a bunch of them.
It was just like haymakers of like this guy, that guy, this guy, that. And it was just like, this is never going to happen again.
Yeah, no.
Unless we go next year for Netflix as a joke. Like, and that's why they were all there.
I totally would.
So it was like, I can't believe it was I said it was one of the best nights of my life, adult life. Wow. You know, and it was just, it was so much. Yeah, you were part of it. You were part of it. Your giggles were part of it, Caesar. It was really fun for me to see you laughing.
Thank you.
It added to my experience.
Yeah.
And I had a point I wanted to make. Anyway, we left a little bit. We left on a high note, and
so why do you think it was one of the best nights of your life?
I don't know. It was just such. The show itself was incredible. Like that's probably top 10 maybe of stand up I've seen. I don't know. It's in the top tier. We'll say it's top tier. So there's that, and then I always have a good time at the Comedy Store, and then just being there, it was fun with you guys, and then I just was so high on life and so high on just the experience that I was like, this is not going to happen again, but also like, this is just so much fun. Yeah. Like there was not one bad thing that happened that day. Like, we say like, we on the way here, we got a fender bender, but like that sucked. But now the show, like there was nothing bad about the show, about the experience. Other than we had to leave. Like that was the worst part about the day, was that it was over. And just seeing everybody, and then like being acknowledged by them, even though it means absolutely nothing to them, and it's not memory at all for them, I'm sure. But like for me, like this is like, and I told a coworker about it because he went to see Tom Segura that night at the Forum.
Nice.
And so he's like kind of into stand-up, but not like I am. And we were talking about like, like he might show up at the Comedy Store afterwards. And I was like, I don't think so, because the show starts at 9, and then those arena shows are like long, and then they do like stuff afterwards. So I don't think he's going to show up there tonight, maybe tomorrow or something, but, and he didn't. But we were talking about it. I was just like, I like lit up when I was telling him about the experience, and he was like, that sounds pretty awesome. Like, yeah, it was, dude. And I'm just glad, because I bought the tickets without knowing who was going to go. Yeah. And so I was like, well, if no one goes, I'm going to sit at this booth alone. Like, I'm going on this night. I have to go to at least one night of Netflix as a joke. I have to. And so there was the back and forth of not knowing if I was going to go or not. And I just pulled the trigger and bought the tickets anyway. And I think shortly after I bought them, they sold out. So I'm like, okay, well, that would have been it. And it was just a really good time.
Yeah, it made me think I should have gone to more of them.
There's always next year.
There's always
the thing.
next
year. It's not. You can't think about it that way. It's just like, I would have, like, because I think we all follow the Comedy Store on Instagram, and like every day they're posting pictures, and I'm like, God damn it! Like I missed that person. I missed that person.
Like there are nights where like John Mulaney's there with like
dude,
Jimmy
like,
Carr.
The ones that are like, especially the New York comics. It's like they're not going to be here until next year, maybe. Yeah. So you're like, I should have just gone, because I had a few opportunities to go and I didn't, because just lazy, or you know, I have to get up early for work. And so, sorry, I was seeing their posts and stuff, and like, damn, that sucks. But also the night that I went was amazing. So you have to kind of like think about it. Like I wasn't there. Like it's fun. Yeah, it's one of those things that's in the moment, and you missed it. But the night you were there was great, so it's fine. And it was just amazing. And then I got kind of the bug, like I want to do this, but I don't know how to do this. I'm gonna find out how to do this so that I can do it, because I think I can do it, but I don't know how to do it. It was like I was one of those, and then seeing your friends there too. I was like, well, they're doing it. They look scared as shit. Yeah, and I'm here and I don't look scared as shit. I look probably manic because I've been drinking, but you know what I mean. It's just like, it was one of those nights of just like so many synchronicities were syncing. We were just like, dude, this is amazing. And I just,
so it inspired you to write more,
just to like get it more. You know,
it just inspired me, because I was already doing like the yellow pad technique.
Right, you're right, and you said it's working for you,
and it's working. There's just some, I don't know. There's some way where you look at it on this pad and you're like, oh, okay, organized.
You know what?
Edit it, but
You
still
know-
looks good.
I'll say this is that stand-up comedy, especially at a successful level, is kind of like a closed club, right? Where you can't be here with us. Like they have the parking lot hangs, or this is their like hangout, right? And I just want that. And so seeing that, and especially that week when there's so many there, and then like I'm like mingling-ish with them, like I'm in their space, and they're allowing me in their space, right? But they don't know who I am.
Yeah.
So then the next step would be like, okay, to be allowed in the space and then know who I am. And whether that's through doing stand-up or just being like a part of the industry in some way, like, oh, that's the guy that does the thing, hey, like to where it eventually becomes like I'm part of the club. I gotta like squeeze my way in there somehow.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it really sparked for me, was like, how do I do this? Because obviously stand-up is one way to do it, but like, I don't know, that could not work for me. So if that doesn't work for me, then like, what else can I do to get in here? Like, can I like produce shows or something? Like it's something like that to where like I'm allowed to be here and you know my name.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be the name of the episode. I'm allowed to be here and you know my name.
I'm allowed to be here.
And yeah, dude, it was just a high. That's the only way to put it. Like it was I was so high on life and just comedy, and the whole experience was like, that's all I can say.
Mm-hmm.
I hope you felt the same way, or at least similarly.
I did.
Had a good time.
And I think I also realized why I like podcasting, because like for the comedians, they almost do podcasting just to hang out with each other again.
Yeah.
I was watching Theo Vaughn with Nikki Glazer last night,
Mm-hmm.
and they talk about how like they do have the hang still, but like the podcast is nice because then it's like an organized hang to just get them all together.
Right.
And then they make something cool. It's literally like trying to record the stuff you talk about with friends. Like that's why I feel like this is so cool.
Yeah.
Why I'm like, oh, well, the comedians were doing it first, and that's like why I wanted to. So they make it look cool. And it's like, I obviously want to be in that group. No, I can't. It is just about the ways to navigate to get there one day.
Yeah.
To do it.
Well, that's the part that it's hard. That's, I think, the hard part.
Yeah.
It's just, it's hard. The hard part is actually doing it, because that's always the first step. Because once there's so many people that say, I want to do it, and then they just don't, they haven't done anything, no steps towards it. So once you do that, you're already ahead of a lot of people. But then it's like, okay, how do you maintain it then?
Yeah.
And then how do you find out what leads to what and what leads to what? That's always, navigating is the hard part. So, so yeah, after that night, I was inspired.
Oh, wow.
And it was great.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm. That's all I have to say about it. Oh, I got a t-shirt too.
Oh, how'd you get a t-shirt?
Oh yeah, tell us that story for the
how'd you
I
podcast.
don't
get
think
it?
it's
For
that
the audience.
I
Oh.
don't think it's that much crazy of a story, but obviously I'm a fan of Annie. Obviously, I am a fan of Annie Letterman. What
How
do you
happy he is on the camera.
Oh.
Thing.
I am a fan. That's why we went, because that was her like show,
Mhm.
or Annie Wood, and so, and then just knowing, because like you're saying, podcasts, people just talk about theirs. And if you listen to these comedians on multiple podcasts, a lot of times they tell the same stories on each one. So being a fan of hers and every comedian that was up there, like I know all of their, like it sounds insane and it's not true, but like almost like you know them.
Yeah.
Just because you hear them talk all the time, right? And like so people ask you stuff on here and people were like repeat it back to me like, oh, how do you know that? Like you said it on your thing. Like, oh. But like so that's how I know. And so she was asking questions for giveaways, giving out a shirt and a poster or whatever. And I just knew the answer to all the questions.
Yeah, the first one was, what's my middle name?
And that is a bit that she's done, because she's been like, oh, they want to name me Anne Frank, but this is the closest they could get, Anne Francis, because her name's Anne, not Annie. And they're like, oh, I know that. It's like Francis. Yeah. And so like no one else knew it.
It was like quiet, and then you're like,
Oh,
Francis.
She stopped and looked
what?
right
Yeah,
at
it's like
you.
the look. It was
Oh.
and then I still went like this, and she didn't like. Oh, here. And I was like,
Just like, oh, you again? What's my brother's middle name?
No, not middle. The next question was, what's my brother's name? I was like, Max, because I know she talks about the brother all the time. And it was like, what? Like it was real. And then the last question was, what was my old podcast called? Like, The Inspiration. Like, I know this shit. And I think it got weird after that.
Yeah, because she was like, I gotta watch out for this guy. He's gonna
Nobody's
wanna-
answered the questions. That was the problem.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, it was fun. It was a fun moment. I wanted to, if I saw her outside, I'd be like, I was the dude that answered all the questions. Here's the shirt. Like,
God.
and then we saw her as we're walking up the ramp, and I was like, no, let's just end it now. Let's stop. It's just, like I said, end on a high note. Because what if I ruin it right now as we're leaving? So
Could have ruined it.
that was pretty funny.
Could have been like, your social security number is.
Your Tesla is white. I know which one it is.
Oh, that
The
would
license
be
plate
creepy.
is 7DK411.
Oh my God.
Not even a vanity plate. It's like a number plate. Like, I know what it is.
1, 2, 6, 4, 5.
1, 2, 6, 4, 5.
She asked that question and I get it
What's
right.
my license plate number? 57285.
Guards, arrest him.
Right around the comedy club is like dead
They
silence.
turn the lights on. Like, who is that?
We got him. We got our guy. We found him.
Flashing blue and red. All of a sudden.
How Marcus got arrested.
By being a fan.
Fanboying
You don't understand.
out.
I'm just a fan. I'm getting arrested.
Like, they got me out by the arms. It's Francis! It's Francis! Oh, God. But it was fun. It was fun.
good.
I'm glad you guys were there for that.
Yeah. That's some good times.
But yeah. Oh, Jesus. God, that took a turn.
Yikes. Is this conservative Caesar again?
All that gun talk.
Oh my god, hey, that's for off the podcast.
Was that off the show? We talked about
That was off the show.
Okay,
So
so
just
just
He was
kidding.
joking.
No, was it? I don't know what it was. So yeah, that's that's all I have about the Comedy Store. And then on a high note. Okay, so that's my advice. And then on a high note, in most areas, Caesar, you would agree with that, right?
Yes,
And on a high
yes.
note, yeah.
Always leave.
It's just like
Leave them wanting more.
yes.
Always on. Oh, I get it.
Yeah.
Social welfare.
Yeah. Now I know why. Now I know why I laugh late because I'm high.
You're-
That's it. That's okay.
It's okay.
That's okay.
At least you laughed.
Mhm.
At least you weren't in there stone faced like some people, dude. Not in that show. Everyone was laughing. It was a great show, but sometimes that happens.
It does.
Like people don't laugh at the show, and you're like, you gotta at least like pretend.
Like,
while
do you
you're-
like this?
Yeah. You're not gonna laugh. Leave.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because
No, everybody was great. Like nobody was bombed. Nobody bombed. That
No
one.
Yeah.
bombs. No
No.
bombs.
no bombs, no dips,
No bombs.
and
Everyone's doing great. It's a great time.
yep.
Yeah.
Okay. If you want to, and on a high note, okay.
Yeah.
So
Do you want to answer?
I don't. I have
40,
other. I,
I have 42 minutes.
we can. It's fine. I don't. I have other stuff, but like, it's not about this would be like the Comedy Store show episode. I like this.
Mhm.
My other stuff is about what happened to me today.
Let's
I
see.
had the financial talk too. But
Oh.
I don't want to do that at
We
this
could do that.
episode.
We keep it Comedy Store
Yeah.
centric. So so what would you say? Who would you put on your
I think you asked
comedy
me this before.
the Mount Rushmore of
Oh, you were like if
comedians.
you could do a show with anyone,
yeah, but like Mount Rushmore is like it could be
top
a
four.
lot of dead ones probably
Like whose face would I
past
put on a
past
wall?
and now.
Well, so you were talking about how you wanted to be in the comedy world in some capacity. So like if you were to produce a show, like let's say there was a lineup of 4 comedians, who would you pick for the show? If your first
Oh.
time and you booked LA local comedians.
Mm-hmm.
And I could get huge names.
You get
Any-
the budget
anybody.
unlimited, but it's LA locals.
Oh,
Ooh, LA locals.
I don't know.
Like the
dude.
ones at the comedy store. So like best of the store.
Well, so it would have to be my best.
Yeah. Your favorites, or we could just throw out like make one all together.
Well,
Ooh.
the thing is, if it's gonna be that, it's like every heavy hitter because like I don't.
Who are the heavy hitters?
For the people who
ones
don't
that were
know,
there.
well, the people who don't know, who are some LA heavy hitters?
Like that weren't I mean, not just the ones that we saw, but like
I don't know, dude.
All of LA, because like even
It's hard. I feel like everyone, if it's best of the store, it's all paid regulars, so they're all
yeah.
good. There's some that are like trying stuff out, so it may not be as funny, but
mm-hmm.
like I don't know. I'd have to go to like not. If you're talking about like you're saying best of store, you can't really pick because they're all going to be good.
Yeah.
So you'd have to go to like an open mic or something, or like on a night where so it wouldn't be at the Comedy Store then. So like go to like or like in the Belly Room, they do stuff where it's not. It's like showcasing other people or like up and comings. Because I think that would be LA local more. Because then the other ones are all touring or they're just I don't know. It's hard, dude. It's hard.
Yeah.
There's so many too. That's what
I feel like a lot of my favorite LA people live somewhere else now.
Yeah, all the giant ones that used to be here are all either in
kind of moved.
Texas now or they just don't go up as much.
Nashville.
They've gotten too big. So they only do like big old shows and stuff. But which is great. Great for them. Not great for me. Because you don't get to see them ever. You never get to see their shows.
You travel.
But then that's like a whole deal.
Travel season. We should go to Rogan's Mothership.
I'm trying to go to the Mothership, but those shows are sold out every night. And
For how far in advance?
As soon as they go on sale. So you have to like be waiting. Because I tried. I was going to go with that friend of mine that moved to Colorado, and we were trying to get tickets. And it's like as soon as they go up, they're sold out. And they're like, well, you can wait in line and maybe get in, like because people don't show up or whatever. But it's like, but then you missed like the first part of the show. They think they do like 30 minutes, and then if they don't show up, then you can go in. It's like I don't want to do that. I wanted it to be like so. Well, we didn't do it, but like I wanted it to be like a whole evening to where go to Austin, hang out downtown, whatever, see some shit, go to like a nice dinner, and then go to the show afterwards. And I'm just like, I don't want to wait out there for. I don't know. It just doesn't seem like fun.
Because I want to do it too, but I would want to do it when I can guarantee that I'm gonna get in.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like it had to be planned.
Yeah, to figure that out.
I want to go though.
Yeah, I'd be down.
You want to go? I haven't been to Austin at all.
Yeah, and now that it's so different now.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'd want to go to the guy who does the Daily Stoic. He has a bookstore.
Yeah.
I'd go to his bookstore.
You know, he's from like where we live.
Yeah, I think he went to
Riverside or something.
Cal State San Bernardino.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's cool.
And
And then, so what else? What else is there to do in Austin?
something to do with
visit.
cows.
Cattle.
What do you do with
Do
cows?
cows? What would I do with a cow?
Oh, you milk them.
Yep.
Milk 'em,
You
brother.
You can do that.
What's up, brother? Check Tuesday.
So ending on a high note.
right.
We'll end it there. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah,
I'm
like-
okay with it.
That's
We're
okay.
past the high note
Yeah,
at this point.
it's a few minutes. Yeah, it's a few minutes early, but we're gonna end on a high note or
That's all right.
mid note now. But thanks for being here, you guys. It's fun to be back in our old space.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I do want to say the music. The list is up. I didn't make a post about it, but maybe I should.
You should.
Okay, so like the link tree is up on the Instagram, so it's got all of our YouTube, Spotify, and then my monthly music list is up there for
Nice.
May. Clint, you listened to it or some of it. Is it okay?
It's good summer vibes.
Yeah, it's more of like I said summer vibes, but I don't want it to be like think it's like driving in the beat. Like it's more like creative summer vibe, or it's just like you're on a high note in life right now. You're just having a good time. The weather's great outside. You're being creative. It's just it's more that vibe than like the beachy go-to thing is for summer. But, did you listen to any of it, Caesar?
No, I didn't even see that it was up.
Okay, yeah. Okay, sorry. It's okay. Then I'll make a post about it. It is up, so go check that out. And then I'm gonna do another one I'm gonna do a monthly. So I have some thoughts for June. I'm either gonna do what we were listening to earlier before we recorded, so like disco house music, or I've got this like Spanish bossa nova kind of like because that is more like of a summer thing too. So that's it. That's what's coming up. That's what we've been doing. Caesar, do your things.
All right, I got it right here. I just added your playlist.
Okay, cool. Yeah, it's on there.
Follow me at I Am Caesar Rod. You can follow my other shows at The Rodriguez Show, Carla and Caesar's Modern Life, and Decade Dialogue. And then, if you want me to produce a show for you at Rodriguez Podcast, I just lost a client, so I have some space.
Oh no!
Yeah. Well, I lost a couple of clients in the last few months.
Oh.
So let me help you out. It's all good.
And on a high note, Caesar Clint.
You can follow me at I'm Caesar Rod's biggest fan. XXX.
You know what? Something funny. Okay, I'll tell it off the mic. So I can't tell you.
Okay.
But
no, at the
it has to
underscore
do
Clint
with that.
show, follow the 30s podcast. Let's be creative.
Uncle 2 underscores Marcus. Uncles. And then the 30s pod, like you said, and everything. We'll see you next time. Go to the Comedy Store, have fun, live entertainment, watch it all, do it all. Once in a lifetime experience. Okay, bye.